afternoon, friends. It's me, your host, Mark Levy, and I'm so excited to be here for another Mark Talk with you. Today is going to be an interesting episode. So the reason I started late is because my guest has yet to be able to show up yet. I don't know what's happening. I haven't heard from them yet today. I'm going to banter for a little bit. And if we're live for 3 minutes and I still don't have a guest, people can DM me on Twitter. And I will let you in as a guest, and we will see what happens that way. Because you know what, that might be fun too. But yeah, so I hope everyone's been good today. Been very excited to have Muna as my guest today. I think Muna is incredible. If she's not able to show up, we will try again another time. She is insanely talented and amazing, and someone that I have so much love and respect for. And always I'm happy to get a chance to talk to her. But if that doesn't happen today, then you know what, guys, we can have fun however way we want. This is going to be our last interview day for a week or so because I'm going on a small hiatus next week, starting on next Monday. And let's see what happens right now when I post this on the banner here, because we don't have a guest right now. And yeah, if you want to be a guest today, DM me at MarkLevy85 on Twitter. I should probably add that part there too, right? And we can talk about whatever you guys want because that's how it is sometimes. But yeah, so unless Muna shows up in the next minute or two, just DM me on Twitter and I will get you guys on. Hold on one second. I got someone already hopping in and someone that I absolutely adore so much also. And I'm going to get them on. That was really fast. And if Muna still shows up, she still can gladly hop in because I would love to talk to Muna. And also this guest I have coming in also. Hope you guys have had a good day so far. For me, it's been pretty easy. I watched Fright Night for the first time ever. And I loved it. And it's so weird because I'm such a big fan of horror movies, yet I never actually seen Fright Night. And that is a thing that is being fixed. I actually haven't finished it yet because I had a little bit of a couple of snafus earlier today, but today's like a snafu day. That's the easiest way to put that. You ever feel like that? Like, I mean, I know people say like, oh, it's hump day, like Wednesday, it's hump day, all that stuff. And yeah, it is, but also we all have snafus. And my life, I feel like, is a series of snafus. And it's just, and I'm going to put that banner back up just because this guest hasn't hopped in yet. And I want to make sure people, I mean, I can banter all you want. This is just the way that is. I mean, I like to talk. You like to talk, or you like to listen. There's 5 people watching right now. They're just like, hey, here's a little bit about me. What else has been interesting that has happened recently? I've been watching The Challenge recently, which is a show that I've always heard I would enjoy a lot. Haven't had a chance to dive into it yet. And now I have finally had a chance to watch it. And it's something I'm really enjoying. On CBS All Access, they have seasons 11 through 31. And they're all seasons that I very much am enjoying so far. For those who don't know what The Challenge is, it's real world and road rules combined to make a different version of what the show is, and like an all-star season type situation. And so I've watched seasons 11, which was the Gauntlet 2, I believe. And then I've watched The Duel, Fresh Meat, and now I'm on The Island, which is actually very much a Survivor-themed season. And it's really fun to watch what's happening there because they're actually roughing it. They're not like in a hotel. They're all just like on the beach roughing it because I do believe it's roughing it, unlike Survivor, which you can actually watch on Netflix starting next month because that's just the way that is in that situation. Because Netflix is having Survivor on for they have 2 seasons of Survivor coming up. Season 20, which is Heroes versus Villains, and Survivor 28, Cagayan, which is Brains, Brawn, and Beauty. Yeah, and those are both two of the best seasons of Survivor out there. Absolutely, two amazing seasons, and I am just super, super happy that people will watch them without having CBS All Access. Let me see if there's any word from my guest, from my other guest. I've got two people that are potentially coming on. One person's messaged me saying they're coming. One person is Muna, and I don't know where she is. That's okay. Because you know what? We can improvise. I hope you guys are enjoying this. There's a lot of people are watching. But I do have someone that is amazing that I absolutely adore that just popped up backstage. I haven't talked to in 5 days, and I tend to talk to her almost every day. I'm just gonna bring her on, one of my favorite people. Lana, how are you?
Hi. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited.
You magically appeared in my Twitter DMs once I went live, and it was like,
I was watching and I was like, oh, I don't have a guest. So why not?
Yeah. So how have you been?
I've been good, taking time to myself, trying to self-preserve myself, getting back to enjoying some things that I used to do
Yeah.
and enjoy doing. So it's been nice, but how are you?
You have to treat out. You have to treat yourself.
Of course.
Like especially with what's happening right now for us. Last week I broke the news with JC because he was asleep when the whole thing happened. And I was like, okay, so we are. I'm going to have to let you know. And the whole episode of me just talking about well, what do we do now? But the whole what I'm enjoying right now is that I'm able to get back to what I like about myself without the other stuff.
Right.
And still talk to my friends and I can still have my evenings to myself and then out midnight I jump in the Zoom call and talk to friends.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
I have been doing a lot more just writing. I love to write, and so I've been okay, I've been inspired. It's because with everything that we do, it can sometimes engulf us and everything, and it was oh, now I don't have to do this. So it was nice and it was fun. And it's not with everybody. So I like you said, I like jumping on the calls every now and again after. It's hey, I miss you guys. We'll talk to you guys.
Yeah, it's I haven't seen you since a week ago, I feel like.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, this whole last 2 weeks have been 10 years. That doesn't matter,
It doesn't.
So what kind of stuff do you like to write?
Right now, I'm not a real writer like Susie and some people. I like fan fiction.
Don't say that.
I like writing fan fiction stuff and just.
Oh yeah, what kind of fan fiction have you been writing?
So I started writing fan fiction back in 2012 or so, and it was in the heyday of Glee, and I was a huge fan of that show, and so that was where my head was, and that was why I started reading fan fiction, because people were you should read this, because I was talking about how much I enjoyed the show, and how much I enjoyed a particular couple on the show, and so I was okay.
Which couple? I'm just curious.
It is Sam Sadie's all the way, 100%.
Okay, cool.
100%. There is no other ship in the world for me but Sam Sadie. Everybody else, yeah, y'all good, but that's mine. But so I started doing that back then, and I just started writing for them, and for that, and it was fun, and so I just got into it, and so pretty much everything I write is about them. I got a few things with other people, but it's mostly about that.
That's so cool. So you've been writing fan fiction consistently back on and off.
Yeah, on and off for about, and I took a really long break after for a while, and then I got back inspired a month ago, because I started listening to Amber Riley's new album EP.
How is it?
It's amazing. It's amazing. If you have not checked it out, y'all need to go check it out. Riley is the self-titled album. It's amazing. And so I got inspired by one of her songs, because I'm a musical person. I love music.
Right, you're an amazing singer.
Oh, thank you. Music is everything. I've been singing my whole life, and with my sisters and me. And so I enjoy that so much. And so I get inspired by music. And so I listened to her record, and I was I love it so much, and I listened to it every day when it first came out. I listened to it a week straight. Drove my sister insane. She's just She was like, please don't play that anymore. I was like, sorry, but I play it all the time. I was actually just listening to it before I started watching you. So
Yeah.
it was like, yeah, let's do this. And I got inspired with one of her songs called "Creeping," and so I just felt like I want to write again.
And you used that for your inspiration for what you were writing. The
Yes,
song Griffin, yeah. Which
exactly.
that like a song with that kind of, I mean, I don't know the content of that song, but
Hmm.
I imagine that's got something to do with, creeping.
Right.
And of course you can use that easily for fan fiction because
Exactly.
that type of stuff like leads itself really well for that.
Exactly. And that's what it did. And it just led me to another. And so I'm just like, let's do it. So I started writing again. So that's what I've been doing. And reading. A lot
Yeah.
more reading.
I haven't had a chance to dive much into reading just because like my brain's still processing a lot of stuff.
Hmm.
But like it's at that point right now where I've been. It's also like October when I like to watch a lot of horror movies.
Oh.
So like I'm like diving deep into like the well of things I've not seen before or haven't seen in a while. Like today I was watching Fright Night, which I've never seen before.
Okay. I've never.
And
I'm not a horror person, so I don't really
so
watch a lot of horror movies.
Okay. But yeah, like my brain recently has been like sleep. But I'm also playing Justin Salva's Big Brother game. So like
Oh.
it's a lot of doing that. Since I'm furloughed, it's like the whole thing of like I can do that. I can do what I need to do to keep myself sane. And while mentally preparing for this trip halfway across the country to see Rachel.
Oh, cool.
I mean, I've been playing on this for like months now, and like the anxiety of everything with like coronavirus cases going up higher. I'm just like, I don't want to drive through all that, but I'm just like mentally preparing myself for everything. And then like the 2 weeks of quarantine, I come back.
Right. Are you driving? You're flying?
I'm gonna drive. Yeah, I'm too scared to fly right now.
Well, yeah, I understand. Yeah, I understand.
I mean, I love flying. I love flying. It's
Me
one of
too.
my favorite things to do. Like I was so scared of flying as a kid.
Oh.
Yeah, like my dad's got bad phobia of flying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I never I didn't fly my first flight until I was an adult. Well, pretty much, yeah, in college. That was the first time I ever got to fly, and I was.
Where did you fly from? Where did you fly? It was Alabama to.
Was it Alabama?
Well, I mean, you were living right.
Well, no, I was. Yeah. I'm from Chicago, but.
Oh, right.
But yeah, it was Alabama. I was going to Oklahoma actually for a convention, and so that was the first time. No, not Oklahoma. Going to DC, Virginia area, the Virginia DC area, Crystal City, and so that was the first time I ever got to fly. Me and my sisters and my parents were like, because we had just drove the last year from Chicago to California, from California to Alabama. That was our move because we
You moved from Chicago to California and then California to Alabama?
No, we moved from Chicago to Alabama, but we had a convention the week we were moving in California. And so instead of just saying just do the whole move.
Yeah.
We moved. My dad did all the moving to Alabama. We had our stuff shipped down or whatever. And then we drove to California. That was the last time we were going to see Illinois. And so we drove to California, did our convention that week, and then drove from California to Alabama to our permanent.
That's cool.
It was fun. The going was like, we did 3 days. I think the trip was 3 days. Stopped tonight. And then we took our time coming back, going to Alabama, because we took I think a week and a half to come back because we just stopped and stayed a couple of days in places. And
I mean, might as well, because I feel like the drive from like the middle of the country to California is a lot more boring than California to Alabama. Because like you can see it's I guess the Grand Canyon if you want, and like ease your way through Texas and stuff like that.
Yeah, we went to I think the most exciting going was when we drove through Colorado, because we got to see the mountains.
Yeah,
and that was interesting to drive through those mountains for the first time. It was like, oh, okay, interesting, but it was fun. And then we stopped in Vegas. And it really wasn't a planned stop in Vegas. It was just we stopped somebody had to go to the bathroom, but little tidbit on that. We planned, me and my sisters and my cousin, we really wanted to stop in Vegas. Now, even though we were all underage and could not do anything in Vegas, we wanted to stop in Vegas. So we conned my little sister to say she had to go to the bathroom once we got to Vegas. So they would have to stop in Vegas. And so they stopped, and we ended up stopping at this McDonald's that was connected to a casino. And my mom would, I don't know, my mom, yeah, I don't know why she did it, but we went to the bathroom and she went into the casino and just put a coin in the machines just to do it. And she won $20 like right off the
Oh, that's
bat.
awesome.
Right. And so she was like, "Hey y'all, look what I got." And we were like, "Oh, we want to play." And we couldn't play, but we wanted to play.
Right.
But it was a nice experience. We got this. They let us sit. We drove down the strip and saw all the hotels, and it was amazing. I was excited to see the MGM Grand because I only saw it on TV, and I was like, "That's the lion!" It was.
I love how like that's what you were like most excited about, not like New York, or like one of like the cool like fancy like
Right.
like cheesy hotels, but like the fancy hotel.
Right. I wanted to see the lion. I was like, the lion. Okay. So yeah, that was.
And our friend is here. That's awesome. Good vibes. Lana's here, of course, because Lana's the best.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I've never actually been like my whole life has been like East Coast,
Mm-hmm.
and then like California for a week, and Minnesota for a couple of days. Like whenever I visited Rachel instead of her coming out here, which is one of
Right.
But like, I'm excited because I've been to Pennsylvania, but not like through Pennsylvania. Never been to Ohio. I've never been to Indiana. I've never been to Illinois. I've never been to Wisconsin.
Right.
I mean, it's a little bit scary right now because yay, but it's.
I think it'll be fun. You're driving through, and you get to pick and choose where you go. So I think you'll be fine. You'll be
like I already mapped out because it's a 1,200 mile. It's literally 1,200 miles door to door.
Okay.
From my apartment here in Brooklyn to her apartment in Minneapolis, and like I think my stop off would be South Bend, Indiana. Because like that's like a decent enough town where I could probably sleep there easily and like find a decent hotel.
Like you'll find a really good hotel in South Bend. Yeah.
Not like good. I like an 80, like a Holiday Inn's what I need. Like that'll take.
You'll find a decent hotel.
That's what I need. Right. Yeah, like I want to be safe. I want to be safe. Like if I'm doing this, I gotta be safe and smart about it. Like
exactly.
My parents will be like, "No, you're not doing it." I'm like, oh, "Okay."
Right.
I want to talk to you a little bit about the sequester, if that's okay with you.
Sure, no problem.
Because like we both started almost the same time. You started 2 weeks after me.
Okay.
On 6/13, and you like immediately became like one of my favorite people, just
Aww.
because like between who you are, your intro video, and also like the fact that you were playing in a hotel.
Yeah, I did that on purpose because first it was my birthday weekend, so I wanted to get away. And then second of all, y'all hear this. Y'all hear it. Everybody's talked about it. We all know about it. The beep, beep, beep.
If you haven't heard it yet, you'll hear the beep.
You'll hear the beep. The beep, beep, beep is so annoying, and I still have not gotten it fixed because I live where people don't take care of stuff. But it's okay. It's all right. I'm going to get it fixed eventually. One day they'll come out and fix it. We'll see. But that was what I didn't want, the first game, to have the beep, beep, beep behind me. And people were like, what is that? And I didn't want to give anybody a reason to vote me out because they were sick of hearing my beep. So...
sick of hearing your beep.
I get sick of hearing the beep. So
the phrasing of it was just so funny, though.
Sick of hearing the beep. Yeah. So I know people will try to hear the beep. So I was like, no. Let's. And I didn't even think about if the Wi-Fi in the hotel was gonna work or be good enough to hold everything.
I mean, you did like it seemed like you were fine at the internet there.
Yeah, the internet was fine, and I was so happy because I was like, I have to pick a hotel that's close by because I knew that next morning I had to get up and go to church, and I knew my sister had to come pick me up, and so I didn't want it to be too far away from my house so it would be out of the way to come get me. And then I was like, and it has to be reasonable enough because I don't have a lot of money, so it had to be reasonable enough where I could afford it.
It has to be reasonable, yeah.
Yeah, and then it was like, I wanted it to be someplace where I knew the internet was good. Yeah. So at least it will. I mean, I don't win LOSs with good internet. So, whatever. LOSs don't know me. She never met me. She doesn't respect me.
I've had three the whole career. Two of them I somehow got, but both the ones I somehow got one of them I got early and one of them I got like final 7. And then the other one was willed to me in the mole. So
See, yeah, no, never had that. Nobody even gave me anything. So, but I just wanted to make sure everything was good, and so I was excited, and I was happy. I forgot all my paper and stuff, so I had to use the Holiday Inn
Yeah, the
paper.
stationery. Yeah.
And now everybody was like, "Is she in a hotel?" I watched back, and everybody was like, "Is she in a hotel?" And then I showed the stationery. They're like, "Oh, yep, she's in a hotel." I was
Like, because you have the generic like sailboat behind you or whatever, and I'm like, this is a choice, and I'm digging this choice.
It was fun. It was great because I was so excited about playing my first game, and because like I saw it the first time was the BB US BB Canada game.
Yeah.
That's how I saw Sequester for the first time because I've heard about it. I saw people talking about it on Twitter. I was like, "What the heck is Sequester?" I have no idea. But then they mentioned that game, and I was like, "I'm a huge Big Brother fan, so I want to watch it." And watched it, and like was like, "Wow, that's amazing." Then to find out anybody can play it, I was like, "Oh, this isn't just some special thing for reality people, or
Yeah.
but everybody can play the game." And so it took me about a month to actually decide to actually play it, and people pushing me to do it because I was nervous and I was scared. I was like, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know how, because I don't believe I'm a strategic person, and strategic games is not something that come naturally to me. Like even now, I think my gameplay is really solely based on my social game.
Yeah, that's how I am also with my gameplay too.
Right, and more or less a strategic, because like people think about stuff and say stuff like how to work twists, and I'm like, that did not even pop in my mind to think to do that. And so I'm like,
Yeah.
oh. So I realized that very quickly that strategic is not my strongest suit, but social is. And this is a strategic social game. And you have to have a good combination of both to succeed in the game. And so, with pushing from Miss Kimatina, who helped me, who I happened to be in a group chat with, did not know who she was, had no clue she played this game.
Had no
And
idea that she's like literally one of the biggest legends in the
right,
history of the game.
I had no idea who she was. And I just mentioned it in the group chat we were in, which was about reality TV, and was like, I just saw this game called Sequester and I'm interested in playing it, but I'm scared. And she was like, you need to do it. You should do it. It's fun. You'll have a great time. I know somebody who can help you, navigate.
She's like,
Yeah. And I was like, oh, who? And she was like, me. And I was like, oh, you played? And she was like, not only have I played, I've won. And I was like,
and
oh.
at that point, she won her second game like right after that too, like her
She
mini
won the
game,
Night of
yeah,
the Night of the Living Dead game, or the
like right around that same time too, yeah.
right, and that was the first mini game that I watched after the Big Brother game,
Yeah.
and she was like, and I watched that, and I was like, oh, okay, and so she was pushing me and was saying, you should do it, even when I was like, I don't know, no, I'm just gonna watch, and I watched from a distance, and then she was like, you should do it, and finally I was like,
And then one of my favorite things about you is that you and me are like so not the typical looking players for Sequester.
mm-hmm.
I take that in the best, like, I mean, because I fucking love who you are. I love who I am.
Right.
And it's fun not being a 20-year-old in college and trying to use like your adult skills
Right.
for this game.
Look, I realized that I was like, when I watched the minis that I did watch, I noticed it was a lot of younger kids, younger people playing, college kids, and
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, how do I fit in with these kids? I don't know. They are younger than me, and will they understand me? You know what I'm saying? Will they get me? Will I just stick out like a sore thumb? But I also knew it didn't really matter at that point.
It doesn't matter, no.
It didn't really matter because it's like, it's a game. Either you go play with me or you're not. And I thought, like you said, my video, people were saying that they liked my video, and I was like, why? It was so lame.
Well, what I liked about it is that like it was a very truthful video, even though like it was with the controversy of birthday, because birthday was a very controversial subject matter.
Which I had no idea.
for like 2 weeks, and like you were in the second week of the controversy, but yours was real.
It was real. It was really my birthday weekend, and I applied for a Friday, which would have been my actual birthday, but
Yeah.
I didn't get in Friday, or I didn't. I couldn't submit my video in time Friday, so I did it for Saturday. But my birthday is on the 12th, but I played on the 13th because that was when I could get in.
Yeah. And that like it was just so funny. There was like a 2 or 3 where I was like, because for those that don't know, the person that won on 6-5 was like, it's my birthday, and then like no one like called him on that, but it was not his birthday.
Is that
But
right?
another thing that I love, like one of my favorite things about watching how you play as a human being, like I think the most, like, yeah, it was cool seeing you in All-Star games, but my favorite game I ever saw you play is the all-female game. Because you had such dominance over that game where people would come to you because everyone fucking loves you, and no one would take the shot at you that they needed to win, and they all just lost to you.
I had the most fun in that game. I was so excited to get into that game. That was the game I was so excited to get into. And it's not my favorite just because I won it. It's because we had a group of amazing women come together, play this game, and it wasn't catty. Nobody was being vicious. Nobody was being mean. Like, to this day, our group chat is still amazing. The women are still amazing. I still love every last one of them. They played it with so much class and so much dignity. Even in competition, it was such classy competition. And I love that about them. I love that we were able to play this game. We were able to vote people out. It's a vicious game to play because you got to vote out people you like. I liked all of them, and I didn't want to vote out any of them, but you had to do it. And even with that, we did it in such a way it was just amazing to watch. Everybody was uplifting, complimentary, even going out. Nobody left the game mad at each other. Nobody left the game upset. It was so beautiful. And then seeing all the new players coming in and interacting with these players who've played before, it was just really good, and it was a good vibe. I was excited to play it when I saw it, the application. I was like, I have to play this game. That was the first private mini I ever applied for, because it was like, I have to play this game because this one means so much. I am all about uplifting women. I love uplifting women because the world likes not to do it. And so I wanted to be a voice that does it. And so when it was like this one came out, I was like, I have to do it. I don't care what it takes. I have to do it. And it was just good. It was good.
I mean, that was me with the apples and honey mage, which is actually my favorite personal one. Not the mold. I love the mold. Don't get me wrong. I love the mold. Right. But, like, that was not my best game, in my personal opinion. And like the apples and honey, it was just so cool being like for those of those, a whole Jewish cast, all like on the weeks of the high holy days, and hence apples and honey. And it was just a really great experience being like in a room with 20 people that all have that thing in common, that are all very, very good, sweet people, you know?
Right.
And it was a really fun game to play, and it made me very, very happy.
It's amazing.
I will explain this. So Jacob, it does say Muna is my guest today. She was supposed to be my guest today, and there was, I guess, some small communication error, which is totally fine. I've got an amazing guest, Lana. So
I hope it's not too disappointing.
Oh no, God, no. You're like I was so happy when I was like, okay, I don't have a guest right now. Maybe I'll just have some like round table. I don't know. I had no idea. And it was at like 3:58, and I was like, I don't have a guest in here yet. And I talked to her yesterday. She was like, yeah, I'm excited. I'm like, cool. So it is what it is. But I'm like, because you're someone that I like. You're one of those people, without going into too much detail, that I've been able to see eye to eye with since the beginning, and we're like now, so very, very happy that you and I always stand up for people.
Yes.
Even if it's at a bad time, you know. But like we have good intentions about it.
Yes.
And only good intentions about it. So
only right.
Like that's all I'm gonna say on that
Right,
because
because
people figure it out.
yeah,
Yeah,
we
who
know,
cares?
we know, we see eye to eye. We want to help people, and even when we are not right about it, we're not afraid to admit we're not right about it. So
Yeah,
I have never backed down from when
yeah.
I'm not don't make the right choices. And that's the thing. And that's a part of being older and maturity and learning in life is because you have to realize you're not going to be right all the time. You will make mistakes. And when you do make the mistakes, own up to your mistakes. It's okay. We're human.
I
And
mean, all I ever do is make mistakes. I feel like that.
yeah, me too.
And
Me too.
I feel like I spend like a third of my life apologizing.
Me too. Oh,
I'm sorry. Like,
sorry. I'm cute. Hopefully you forgive me. Yeah.
but like, I think a good thing about what we are is that we have a good strong sense of humor about ourselves too.
Exactly. Don't take
Like,
yourself too seriously.
yeah. Oh God, I want to read your fan fiction so badly.
I will send you the link. I will send you the link. I promise.
Like the thing is, I don't remember Glee that well. I remember like things
Mhm.
about Glee, but not like specifics. You know,
Right. And see,
Um,
and that's my thing. I wrote my fan fiction is all about how I feel the show should go. So it's not it's might have some bits about what happened on the show, but I
yeah,
write it on how I felt it should have went instead of what they did because I feel like they screwed up a lot in that show, and so I felt I need to make it right, and so that's what my stuff is about. It's some stuff about everybody. I think it's it ranges from very family friendly to very not so family friendly. So people would be surprised to know that my where my head goes sometimes, and so it's
and
okay.
that's great.
It's fun. I'll send you the link. I will do that.
I'm curious. Any other like cool things that I don't know about you that you want to bring up?
Like I said, I sing all the time with my
Yeah.
sisters. Me and my sisters, the Goins sisters, Gins. We're on YouTube. We sing gospel music. It's like my favorite genre of music to sing because it's so uplifting and it's so good for my soul. And anything that lets me keep peace in my life is something that I like keeping around. I love music, period. Like you will catch me listening to gospel music, Kurt Franklin and CC Winans, and then on the next day or two you'll catch me listening to Bon Jovi uh
Oh, I love my Bon Jovi.
or
My
Aerosmith. I mean,
dad loves you too, and I think he met you briefly at my birthday.
I
So there
did.
you go.
I met him.
Yeah.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I listened to everything. Like just the other day, my nephew walked in, and I was listening to I think "Wanted" by uh what's his name? Hunter, somebody, his country. And he was like, "You listen to country music?" And I was like, yeah. And he was like, "Since when?" I was like, "Since before you were born, dude." I listen to everything. There's probably not a genre of music that I don't have a song that I could listen to in it because I just love music and it just does something to my soul. So
I fully understand that. Like, I remember when I used to like shit on opera all the time. So like I saw my first opera like in high school, and then I was like, "Oh no, this is really
really
good."
good. I
And
love
then
it.
like I've like spent real money to see opera, like
Mhm.
real money, because like opera's like you get a good Madame Butterfly, holy shit,
Oh my
like.
gosh,
But
yeah.
like it's just like it's so overwhelming. I'm like I'm not going to dunk on any music anymore. I remember
Yeah.
I used to dunk on country, and then I found Johnny Cash,
Mm.
uh, like stuff like that. Like there was something for everyone in every genre of
In
music.
every genre of music it is. And I am a full firm believer if you love music, you will find that love in every genre. People are like, "Oh, I hate rap." No, listen to something. Listen to some good ones. Now, it's some really bad ones, but it's some good ones. If you listen to the good ones and listen to the word, I guess, vocality of it and the musicality of it, you'll love it. Same thing with even heavy metal. It's some people I'm like, ugh. It's some of them I'm like, nah. not listen to it. But I found it's a couple of songs. I'm like, I kind of like that. That's kind of
Yeah.
so.
Like I'm vibing. I'm vibing.
Right, exactly. Like it's songs that I can just have on in the background, and I'm cool with it. I won't turn it off. It's all right. But then it's some songs that if it come on, I gotta sing it. I gotta dance. I have to move. It's music is amazing. So it's when they say it's universal, it's very
No,
universal.
the way you are with music's the way I'm with movies. Like, because I
Mhm.
fucking love my movies.
Right.
So yeah, I'm so happy that you came on. I mean, in the interest of keeping this like close, like the time frame that I was like, I can't come in a Zoom call again soon.
I
I know that you're like,
will.
I know you're doing your own thing, but like it just it just makes me so happy whenever I see you. Like I can't stop smiling when I see you, Lana.
Oh, you're so
And I know everyone
much.
feels that way too. If you want to follow Lana though on Twitter, Lady J78, and as she said, Going Sisters on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I did not know you guys say YouTube page. And I can't wait to follow that myself.
Yeah, check us out.
And you know, gospel's not my jam, but you are my jam, so that's why.
That's well, that if I can be your jam, then you'll love our jams.
Okay, then I will. I have a question for you since you were my interview guest today. Do you want to be my Brant Steele this week?
Yes, put me in.
You will be my Brant Steele this week. And of course, people want to be in, let me know, and I will get you in. You can tweet at me at MarkLevy85. As I implied earlier in the episode, we'll be taking a small hiatus starting Monday. We'll probably be returning the first Friday in November with Brant Steele, just because I'm on my vacation. I don't need to stress out about this. And unless the vacation doesn't happen, then I'll be doing these probably every day to distract myself because that's the way that is. But Lana, thank you so much for doing this.
No problem.
You're the absolute best. And once this episode ends, I will change everything over every day with Lana Goins. So thank you, you rule. And I will see you guys on Friday.